Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our returning listeners, and welcome if this is your first time listening. We're so happy to have you all with us today.
Thank you for joining us for the 12th episode of the Lion Pridecast, a podcast created by the Lansing Unified School District 469, located in Lansing, Kansas.
Sharon, number 12 is it's a very important episode that we're on. We're at number 12. Would you like to know why?
I would.
12 is my favorite number.
Really?
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, when I was a kid, my favorite basketball team, they're still my favorite basketball team, were the Utah Jazz. Okay. And my favorite player was a gentleman named John Stockton, and he wore number 12. And Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls broke our hearts 2 years in a row as a little kid in the NBA Finals. It was terrible. But number 12 has been my favorite number since then. So something good's come from it.
So this is going to be a great episode is what I'm hearing.
It's going to be the best episode, just like John Stockton's the best point guard of all time. I'm going to get some heat on that one. Really quick, though, what's your favorite number?
My favorite number, I would say, is 3.
Ooh, let's hear your amazing backstory for that.
I have none. It's just my favorite number.
You just like the number?
I just like the number 3. I don't know.
Good things come in threes?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was really hoping for something good there.
Let's start. Let's be nice.
Okay, I'm being. You know what? Okay. It's really funny. Okay, you're up.
Nope, it's you. You're supposed to tell them the purpose.
Oh, yeah. The purpose of this podcast is to inform our Lansing stakeholders that number 12 is my favorite number. No, I'm just kidding. Being our community members, students, and staff about all things education. We are your hosts. I'm Miles Azzeh, Director of Teaching and Learning in Lansing USD469.
And I am Sharon Burns, the Director of Communications and Marketing. So when I describe this topic, it's going to sound a little depressing, the topic we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about seasonal affective disorder, acronym SAD.
Fitting.
Wah, wah.
I know, sad violet or something right there.
Yeah, no, but we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about how it affects students and teachers this time of year. But most importantly, we are going to talk about how we can combat it. Okay, so it is going to be a positive one, even though it sounds like it's depressing. So as the weather gets colder and days get shorter, it's common for many of us to feel a little bit down. Surprisingly, I mean, I know this is a shock, but even Miles and I, being the most positive people on earth, can even feel it this year, right? But
it definitely has hit me a few times this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's obviously been the cold weather, the short days. I feel like it's been a gloomy winter, too.
Yeah, there's been several days where we have a stretch of gloomy.
No sun.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So, but it is especially true for teachers and students who are coming off of the winter break. You know, fun holidays and all that. You have state testing looming. You're cooped up inside. So we're going to talk about some ways that we can combat it. Not just teachers and students, but anybody.
Yeah.
So
we'll nerd out here for a second, get a little understanding about what the winter blues are. It's a common term used to describe feelings, sadness, fatigue, irritability that occurs during the winter months, which is mainly caused by a lack of natural light, and that mainly can affect our circadian rhythms and leave us feeling tired and sluggish. So, and really, this. It's funny now that I think about it. When I started my career in the Kansas City, Kansas School District, and then later on when I was an instructional coach, we talked about the phases of the teachers go through, specifically first-year teachers, but I actually think every teacher goes through, and pretty much from like November, December, all the way until March, teachers go through something called disillusionment, where they question whether or not this is the right thing for them. Are they in the right job? Or do they have a purpose at school? Are they making a difference? And so it really ties in, because that really is maybe when seasonal affective disorder is going on and stuff.
Double whammy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's some ways that we can fight it. The first ones are super easy, and they seem kind of straightforward, but I think many times we forget. First of all, get enough sleep. It seems like the most obvious, but it is true. It helps regulate your mood, improves your overall health, physical and mental. The other thing is exposure to sunlight. So obviously natural sunlight is the best. It helps increase production of serotonin and helps regulate your mood. I can tell, hopefully this is okay to tell that you've got your little light source in your office.
Oh, yeah, my happy light?
Yes. So
somebody called it
Miles
that.
has a happy light.
I think you called it.
I might have.
I actually think like Nick Flynn may have called it.
Okay.
Somebody called it that. It was really
Well, it's funny when he has it on, because you walk into his office and his face is lit up. It's like literally
More lit up than it
like
normally
a
is,
spotlight
but
right
yes.
on Miles's face. Yeah, so it's a therapy lamp. So light therapy is another way that you can go. If it is gloomy outside and you can't get that natural sunlight, you might consider that. So exposure to artificial light that mimics natural sunlight has been shown to be effective to fight SAD.
And I do want the listeners to know that that's probably the farthest I, dabble in the light therapy. I don't want people to think that I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody, but they're just I don't.
Why are they to offend anyone?
Well,
it's practicing self-care.
No, it is. No. The light. I was gonna say other stuff like maybe that people do that I'd be like, that doesn't work.
Well, Miles does practice light therapy. That's how you say it. I'm not sure. He soaks in the natural or artificial light.
Yes,
So.
but it does mimic the regular light. So one more thing with the light that I think I'd like to say, and I think this is important for all of us, not just our students when I bring this up, but really trying, and I know we hear it all the time, but not to be on your phone really late at night when you're trying to go to bed. I mean, they talk about not having that blue light, I think is what they call it, for about an hour before you go to sleep, and I know that's really difficult, but I do think that that's an important thing. It'll help with the sleep.
Yeah.
Because it is really important to sleep at night, to get rested and recharged.
Yep, and lastly, exercise.
Okay.
Again, it's those physical things. That's, it seems straightforward, but I think if people take the time to do those things, it does help offset it.
And once again, that's kind of hard because I know a lot of people like to exercise like by going on walks and going on runs. Now it's so cold because welcome to Kansas winters.
Right.
That's another really good thing. So what are some other things that you would recommend outside of those?
Yes.
Is there anything else that you, or maybe you practice kind of like I practice my therapy lamp?
Right. Well, in our house,
Yes.
Brooks, my youngest, who I've talked about many times, my 11-year-old, he struggles this time of year especially. And coming back after winter break was tough for him. So something we started this year is I wake him up and he's grumpy because he's not a morning person like his mom. And we practice positive affirmations, which sounds cheesy, but you know what? It helps. So what we do
like
is
my therapy lamp.
Yeah, it is.
It helps.
I'm standing by it.
I love it. Let's hear it.
So I wake him up, and the first thing is I will give him a statement that he can say that's a positive statement, something along the lines of, I am going to make today a great day. And I have him say it 3 times. The last time I have him sit up as he says it, because he's half awake the first 2 times. And it helps him. It starts his day on the right foot. And it's not just saying, like, today's going to be a great day. It's, I am going to make it. You take control of it. You have a choice. Happiness is a choice.
I like
and,
that. I like almost like a locus of control kind of thing, right? Like what can you control?
Exactly.
So I'm going to make it a great day.
And things are going to be thrown at you, but it is your outlook can shape how your day rolls along. And I've tried to, explain that to him, and he's coming around.
I'm not saying you do, but if hypothetically you forgot to do that in the morning, do you think that he'd be like, hey, Mom, we didn't do our affirmations, or like, hey,
we've always remembered, but I'm probably so.
Yeah, I just wonder what.
Yeah, because it's been a habit. Yeah,
like
we've done it now for a month now. So
okay.
yeah, no, he does. He does like it.
That's
and trust me, when I say he would tell me if he did not.
Oh, you know what?
He has no problem
I've
with
been
that.
around Brooks a couple times when he gets off the bus. I feel like he would tell you. I think that he would tell you.
Right.
I love that. So you've been doing that for the last month?
Yeah, we started it the first day back.
Remind me to start that because that's a really good one. When Max is
It's easy. It's easy.
I try to boost Max, my little guy, same age. By ice cream for breakfast. That's what I kind of feel like was maybe the way to go.
Great, yeah, that's super.
Yeah,
Your
probably
child's teacher probably hates you.
I know they're probably like, well, that solves that mystery. Now we understand what was
that
going
10
on with
a.m.
Max.
crash. Yeah.
But I think I prefer your positive affirmations, and I may try that with Max. Sorry, buddy, no more.
It's not my fault.
Morning Sundays, 7:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
All right.
That's pretty funny.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go a little bit more into that locus of control. Can we talk a little bit about that? Shifting maybe to teachers a little bit. I mean, we were talking the affirmations can be anybody, but can teachers can we parlay that into something that maybe they can feel they can use in their classrooms?
Oh, definitely.
And students as well. So.
Yeah. I think students coming in, teachers, it's okay to acknowledge the energy. I know you and I are very positive, and we can be annoyingly so sometimes with people, especially, And if you have a teacher in a classroom where the kids are, coming in, it's like, another day. Acknowledge it. be aware that this time of year can be tough, and talk to students about it. Let them know they're not alone. It's not just them, or, it's something a lot of people go through. And instead of being annoyingly positive, take it down a little bit, take it down a little bit.
Annoyingly positive. So
Yeah.
I know that I need to take it down at times.
I'm the same way. But yeah, it's being empathetic.
It's fine. I was just going to say, it's almost empathetic of understanding we're all in this together right now in terms of the winter blues, and just how we're feeling. And maybe not trying to break that. I mean, we do want to break the cycle. Don't get me wrong. We want them to feel better, but maybe not in a way that forces them to, not be able to deal with what they're going through. Because the other thing that's happening right now is, I taught high school English, so I definitely saw this. Second semester is very difficult for high school kids.
Yeah.
You're probably living a little bit of that right now.
Merrick is a junior, and that's notorious. That's the hardest year.
Absolutely. So it's
all the
it's
AP
tough.
classes and all that. Yeah.
Perhaps I was just going to say it's tough to be in high school anyway. But when you get to the upperclassmen level, you've got AP type classes, college credit type classes. You're getting ready for the ACT. You're thinking scholarships, and then. Not to mention the plethora of activities that I'm sure kids like Merrick and other people do. So I think it's important that it would be really good right now for teachers, and you don't have to be a junior level teacher to think about this. I think any level teacher is maybe to start thinking about things like brain breaks,
right?
Quiet time for more reading, me with my reading, but it kind of lends itself right now for that, and that's okay. So instead of trying to fight it all the time and all that, maybe embrace a little bit of things that could help.
Right. Yeah, and it's also, in teachers, this goes for teachers as well as students, but focusing on things that you enjoy. Pick up those hobbies that you have this time of year. When you're cooped up, read the book you haven't read yet that you want to. I like painting. Start a painting. I like playing the piano. Do more of that.
Yeah. All those kind of things that would work for you.
Right. It's practicing that self-care. Just
like me with video games.
You with video games, yes.
I do like video. It's funny because whenever I say to people, we just thought you read all the time. Like, I don't just read all the time. I read a lot, but I don't read all the time. I like to play video games and watch The Office. That's pretty much the two things I only do now that I think about it. But I like that. So find that, the importance of, it's going to sound bad maybe, but like the importance of disconnecting.
Yeah.
It's okay to disconnect.
Recharge your battery.
To recharge your batteries. I like that. I think I'm able to connect very well with not trying to fight maybe how like students feel or staff, because I've led a lot of professional developments that naturally start in the morning. A lot of people might not know this about me. I actually don't drink coffee, at least not regularly. You wouldn't know that meeting me because I'm always like bouncing off the walls and ADHDing it all over the place. But I've walked into meetings and I'm like, hey, how's everyone doing today? Let's get and they just like stare at me and they're like halfway through their first cup of coffee and I'm like, you know what? I'm probably gonna have to slow it down a little bit here and let you finish that cup. So I think just taking that mindset in what we're doing. That, hey, it's tough for kids right now what they're going through. It's tough for adults what they're going through. I'm thinking of it this way. And so, I think that's just a good bit of knowledge or information to share with people and advice.
Yeah, acknowledging that energy. Yes.
The other thing I think that would be important to think about with this is maybe revisiting your purpose. When we were thinking about this and reading up on this, that came up quite a few times, is revisiting the purpose and what do you love about what you do? And it doesn't need to be just from a teacher lens. Like, not like, why did I go into this profession? And we went into this profession for the kids and all that. But even as a student, like, what's my end goal here? Why do I like coming to school? And who do I come to school to see? And how can that brighten up my day remembering that? So I think that that's an important thing.
Oh, definitely.
To think about.
So if it's hard for a teacher or a student where they're doing all these things and it's hard to find your purpose and the days are gray and you're not getting enough sleep and you're doing things, sometimes it's good to just talk to somebody. I know that seems so simple and you hear it a lot, but it is incredibly therapeutic just to talk to people because we all go through these things. And the wonderful thing about Lansing USD469 is we have a great mental health team here. We have great staff that care, that want to listen. We have kids in our district who are wonderful peers and friends, and just always knowing that you're not alone. And that goes for anyone, of course, but just people care, and just remembering that and reaching out. Do you want to talk about the connections list at the high school? This is something.
Yeah, we've got the high school, and actually it's extended to other buildings now.
Yeah.
That the connection list, the idea that every student in the building should have a connection with people, with adults.
Yeah.
So whoever it may be, and a chance for them to know, so that if a kid is struggling, they have that person they can go to.
Yeah.
They can go and have a conversation or look to for support.
Right.
And I really love, and that's why I love the idea of, even at our secondary level, we've got our CCR, we have advisory, whatever it may be, but that chance to have that person that you can check in with on a regular basis. Our counselors are fantastic. Our social workers are amazing. Our teachers are obviously incredible. And then for teachers, just know that anytime that you need, our administration's very open door policy.
Right.
We talk all the time, and it makes me feel good that we have such a visible presence when it comes to district office, but people, us, but we're here for you, like teachers,
Absolutely.
admin, anybody.
Right.
If you want to just have a conversation,
Right.
if you're feeling like you're kind of going through a little disillusionment.
Do you want to be annoyed with our positivity? We will come and see you.
Oh, man.
We will bring the song and dance.
We'll put on a show. You probably leave, and I don't know if you'll feel any better, but at least you can laugh at us, I guess.
No, I will.
So I feel like it's great to know that we bring, that the fact of the matter is we're all in this together, and we have a ton of resources to help our students and our staff, and that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I guess
this is a good way to wrap it up.
Yes, but before we wrap it up, normally we jump into the ending and everything like that, but I think before we get into that, we need to start talking a little bit about something that's happening in about 10 days, 9 or 10 days, and what is it?
Chiefs are in the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl.
We can't go without talking about it. And normally we try to keep these episodes,
We do.
not specific to a time frame. I mean, obviously this is seasonal defective, but
Yes.
this is too big of a deal.
No, we have to
talk
be.
about.
We can also talk about really quick that congratulations to me. I'm still alive after knee surgery.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Miles did have surgery, and he did live. Thank goodness.
Hold on. Did our other episode say that? I don't know. The way we taped it. But
We'd
either
recorded
way,
one before the surgery,
Right.
and we aired it after the surgery.
Right,
And so we were really
right.
hoping Miles made it for
would've
that
been
reason alone.
Weird to explain. And for that reason alone, that was the one reason. Having to explain how Miles was able to
my
record that
goodness. Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, we're leading up to Spirit Days.
Super Bowl.
For the Super Bowl, so we have.
Well, really quick,
next week-
are
yeah.
all buildings doing this, or which
Yeah,
buildings?
all buildings are doing it.
Awesome.
The
Let's hear
entire
it.
district. So we have Mahomes Monday,
Ooh.
wear Mahomes hair, headband, jersey, etc. We have Team Time Tuesday, dress like your favorite player, ref, coach, cheerleader.
Man, I hope
You-
somebody dresses like Andy Reid. That'd just be really funny.
Oh yeah, little kid, that'd be adorable. You can tell the next one.
Okay.
I know you like this. Your
I
favorite
do.
one.
This is my favorite one. Dreaming of a win Wednesday. Wear your pajamas, or as we call it, me and my kids, kajamas.
Kajamas.
We call them kajamas. That's just how they pronounce it.
That's
We
funny.
still call it kajamas to this day. But I like that one.
Yeah. So then Thursday is Travis Cool C Thursday, which is wear your favorite hat, sunglasses, necklaces, or other accessories.
And then, of course, ending with Red Friday.
Friday.
Wear your Chiefs gear or red.
Yeah.
And we battle the Philadelphia Eagles on February 13th. Is that what day this is? No, February 12th.
No, it's the
February
12th.
12th.
Yeah,
February
'cause
12th.
we have a
So
board meeting on the 13th.
that's right. That's
Yeah,
the date that
yeah.
I'm thinking. I am so excited. I'm so nervous. And to the point, though, that I am going to do something for the next 10-ish days. I've been doing it really since we beat the Bengals. I am going to table or suspend my love of a certain movie that originated in the city of Philadelphia.
Okay.
I am no longer going to like the Rocky series. You laugh, but that's actually a very big deal to me.
Okay. Okay.
I really don't like how much you're laughing about. This is a huge deal. But anyway, so I will no longer acknowledge that I like the series. I will
Okay.
actually say that the fifth movie is the best one in the series.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a reverse way there. That's right. So I will tell people to watch the fifth one. All the rest of them are garbage.
Okay, well, I have a question
Okay,
for you.
bring it.
Did you buy Jeff Bolin a T-shirt?
I did not buy him a shirt. It's not my fault. He didn't really remember which shirt was the one that he had when he was.
bought him all the shirts.
What I should do is buy him all the shirts. But what I
All
should
the
also do
shirts.
is, fun facts, Jeff is our board president, and he is a Chiefs fan, but also a Rocky fan when growing up, just like myself. But we have another board member, Amy, who is a Bengals fan.
Yeah.
So I probably very double yuck. Probably should buy her all of the Bengals stuff.
All of it.
Or maybe just buy her a bunch of Chiefs stuff
Chiefs
too.
stuff.
Yes, Chiefs stuff on the way.
There you go, Amy.
So good time. And with that, I think it's a great time to wrap up this perfect episode. What do you think? Oh,
Are
no.
We're going to make it.
No, prediction.
Yes.
You go first. Prediction for the Chiefs. You feel pretty confident in the game?
Oh, yeah. Chiefs are going to win.
The Chiefs are going to win even with our, let's be honest, our defense has been stepping up. But
Chiefs are going to win.
Okay, score?
It's going to be painful because it always is with the Chiefs.
Let's hear it.
They're going to win 24-21.
24-21. Okay, I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go Chiefs. Man, I hope this happens because if we hit 30, I feel like we can win. I'm going to go
30?
Chiefs 30.
Really?
I do think Chiefs 30,
Okay.
and I do like the 3-point spread, though. So I'm going to go 30, Chiefs, Eagles 27.
What's our bet?
Let's bet. What do you think? What's good? Something that the listeners can laugh at me about when I lose. I hope I don't lose when you lose.
No, you're going to lose. You have to sing.
I can't sing.
I know. That's why it's going to be fantastic.
Fair enough.
Okay. What are you going to sing?
Oh, I don't know, but you pick it that day. Oh, God. What am I doing?
Oh, yeah.
God, they better win. And then what about you? Are you going to do the same thing? Can you sing?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God. My mom's going to, unsubscribe. You can't sing it? Our mom's going to unsubscribe. All right, that's fine. It's worth it.
Okay.
All right, so we feel pretty good about that. Hopefully we're not. It doesn't really matter because I won't be at the next podcast if we lose because I'll be too sad and crying. Take a week off work.
Yeah.
But I think that is a perfect way to wrap up this episode of the Lion Podcast. What do you think, Sharon?
It's time.
As always, listeners, that means that she is annoyed and tired of me. As always, for more updates and stories on Lansing USD469, you can visit us at www.usd469.net.
And if you don't already have it, you can download that free Lansing USD469 mobile app on Apple and Android. The app allows you to be the first to know about all the fantastic happenings in our district. And you want to say?
Well, why don't you say what I'm going to say so I can say my comment about it?
And you could be the first to know about those snow days that are coming,
or
I'm sure.
Not notice anything about snow days since we didn't get a snow day recently, but that's okay. That's okay.
Which, by the way, Superintendent Wessel texted the admin that morning to say that there was not going to be a snow day. So when my phone went off, I got excited. And
bro, just don't even text us. I don't want any notification.
Right.
Marty,
I'm sorry.
Looking at the bottom of KMBC nights. You remember that as a kid?
Yeah.
It's sad because you just go to the website now.
Yeah. No, it's not sad. You get the app.
No, yeah, I know. But you remember back in the day, looking at the bottom in alphabetical order?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It still happens now in this day too. But okay, go ahead.
Rude. If you like our content and want to stay up to date on the latest episodes, please follow us wherever you are listening to us and leave us a review to help others find us and learn more about our great district.
Yes, we are available on, here's our list: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and Miles' favorite,
Castbox, which I own stock in now because I got it in the ground floor at 32 cents a share. Just kidding. I have no idea what you're worth. Please don't send your lawyers. And if you would like to be a guest on our podcast, please send us an email at sharon.burns@usd469.net.
Okay, and you know what that means? It's a wrap on number 12.
John Stockton.
Yep.
Thanks for listening,
Thank
everybody.
you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.